Hello there. Welcome back from Cinema Essentials. This episode is titled Riot, Drills, and the Devil Part 2, and is the continuation of episode 6 that we presented yesterday. In this episode, we'll continue watching whether Schofield can save Dr. Sarah, and how the riot inside the prison will end. If you're ready, let's start Season 1, Episode 7. I'm your host Theo for this recap. While Schofield is on the prison roof, helicopters and security forces have already arrived outside the prison compound. Assessing the situation, he removes the metal grating from the chimney opening to head to the infirmary. Military reinforcements sent by the army have arrived. While the warden and Bellick are discussing what needs to be done according to prison procedures, they hear shouting from inside the prison. So the warden asks through the loudspeaker what's happening inside. Following Abruzzi's instructions, his follower says, "We have demands. Fix the air conditioning system immediately. And we have a hostage." When Bellick tries to find out who the hostage is that the prisoners have captured, a guard informs Bellick that they've got guard Bob. When Abruzzi tells his follower to say they also have the doctor, the follower asks why he doesn't speak for himself. Abruzzi replies, "Don't mess with my head. I don't want to take the blame. That's why I'm making you talk." The scared follower presses against the wall and shouts, "Hey, we've also captured the doctor." The warden becomes agitated and says, "Damn, how did these guys capture the doctor? No way, we have to go in immediately and rescue her." But Bellick tells the warden, it's not like in the textbook, they can't just go in and rescue her. And he shows him a relevant section from the manual. When a prisoner tells Burroughs that Schofield wants to see him, Burroughs follows. But in the smoke, the big guy disappears. And while Burroughs is searching for him, the big guy appears from behind and puts Burroughs in a chokehold. Inside cell block A, chaos reigns. They're burning clothes and sheets. People who don't get along are stabbing each other. This is when you see people's true nature, man. When Sucre sees Teabag taking off Bob's shoes and belt, he says, "Hey, don't you dare try anything funny. This is my cell. Don't cause trouble." Teabag responds, "As long as the guard knows about this, we're all in trouble." The usually calm Bob says he didn't see anything and doesn't want to know what they're doing. "Please don't kill me," he mumbles. When Sucre is about to go behind the toilet to hide, Bob begs him not to leave him alone. Sucre tells him not to worry and goes into the hole. Teabag follows and tells Bob, "Don't worry, I won't do anything to you. I'm part of their team now." Schofield crawls through the prison's ventilation system to reach the infirmary. On a plane from Chicago to Washington, D.C., Veronica and Nick Saverin discuss political and economic matters, along with next steps for Lincoln's case. The most important question is, who wants to kill the vice president's brother, Terrence Stedman? Is it people within the government or other wealthy organizations? Nick says they need to find out once they reach Washington, D.C. Watching the prisoners breaking down doors, Sarah also wraps a piece of broken glass in cloth and grips it tightly, deciding that if the prisoners enter the room, she'll fight to the death. You can see this determination clearly on her face. Worried about his daughter, trapped in the prison, the mayor arrives at the prison with his security detail. When the warden sees the convoy, he thinks, "I'm screwed," and tells Bellick not to say anything about what's happening inside for now. The warden greets the mayor and tells him that he called earlier because the situation got worse, and he's handling it the best way possible. But the mayor says, "Don't give me extras, where's my daughter?" The warden is left speechless. Teabag takes Bob's wallet and searches through it, asking Bob about his whereabouts. While talking, he finds Bob's daughter's photo in the wallet and looks at it with a lewd expression. When Abruzzi arrives and asks what he's doing, Teabag replies, "Nothing, just asking the guard about women." Abruzzi warns Teabag, "I already warned you. Try touching the guard again and see what happens. The only reason we have the upper hand right now is because we're keeping this guy alive. So you better stay calm." After speaking, Abruzzi looks at the hole that Schofield and others made behind the toilet and smiles. Since the door has bulletproof glass that can't be broken through, a prisoner suggests burning books and papers through the small crack to fill the room with smoke, and the other prisoners help. Almost suffocating, Sarah is reached by Schofield, who tells her to stay calm and not be afraid. He says they'll escape through these pipes to reach the outside. At the airport exit, Veronica sees on TV the emergency news about the riot at Fox River. and asks Nick if they should go back. He replies that going back wouldn't help anything, they should continue investigating what they came here for. We've reached episode 7. Those viewers who watch but don't comment, shame on you. Just kidding, just kidding. To help us continue uploading all 90 episodes, please leave some encouraging comments. LJ Burrows is also watching this news when his mother calls him to go outside. He says, "My father is in trouble here, and mom can still talk about going out." This leads to an argument between mother and son. When the stepfather intervenes, LJ argues with him too, and the stepfather hits him once, deeply hurting LJ. While Lincoln is telling Turk that they have no grudges and asking why he's doing this, Turk hits him with a metal pipe. The two struggle and slip, causing Turk to fall down and nearly die. Lincoln asks who ordered this, but Turk dies. Actually, Turk is a disciple of the assassin hired by Paul Kellerman and others. Covered in cold sweat and perspiration, Sucre is reciting all the prayers he can remember while using a small drill to make holes in the wall. Abruzzi appears silently and asks who he's talking to. Sucre jumps and says, "You scared me, man," while looking at Abruzzi. Abruzzi asks if he's really drilling the wall with that little thing. Sucre explains, "This is called the Hooke's law of elasticity. It's Schofield's plan. If you make small holes in precise locations, the wall becomes weak. Then, when you hit it with a hammer, it'll break through. This is our plan." Sarah, who's following Schofield, says she's getting short of breath and needs to rest. Schofield sits beside her and waits, knowing she's scared, so he talks to calm her down. When Sarah asks how he knows this place, he replies that he saw her in trouble on CCTV and came to help. When she asks how he knows where to go up here, Schofield explains that when he worked at prison industry, he came up here to clean mold and garbage, so he remembers the way. Whether Schofield genuinely came to save Sarah, or came with ulterior motives, or risked his life for love, we'll have to wait and see in the upcoming episodes. Just as I'm narrating, the first 45 minutes are finished. Oops, got confused with a football match. While Sarah and others are moving on the upper level, the prisoners below are also searching for them. The big guy and his partner tell the white guy to go up and check. When the white guy opens a ceiling panel and pokes his head up to look around, the waiting Schofield kicks him hard in the face, sending him falling back down. Although the warden is doing his best in his own way, the persistent mayor orders the soldiers to storm the prison and rescue Sarah. Thinking there are no more prisoners around, Sarah and Schofield come down from the roof. While they're looking at each other, they encounter the big guy and his partner, so Schofield and the partner start fighting. When the white guy tries to join in, Sarah kicks him hard in the knee, breaking his leg, and Sarah and Schofield run away. They encounter more prisoners along the way, and though Sarah suggests going one direction, Schofield says, "Trust me, we'll go this way." Meanwhile, Bellick whispers to the mayor that if he were the warden, he'd handle these guys roughly. He says the current warden is too soft-hearted and lenient, which is why this situation occurred, trying to curry favor. When Abruzzi asks for the drill, saying he'll do it, Sucre asks if it'll work. Abruzzi replies, "Demolition work has been in my family for generations. This much is easy for me." While he's drilling expertly, Sucre warns him to be careful not to hit the gas pipes beside them. Only then does Abruzzi quiet down and listen to what Sucre is saying. Teabag tells Bob, "I'm going to kill you, then escape through this hole and take your pretty daughter to a party." Though unhappy, Bob, who's like water in a palm, can only listen quietly. The warden tells the mayor that no matter what he does, this prison is still under his jurisdiction, so he takes responsibility for everything that happens and walks away. Working together, Abruzzi and Sucre create holes in the wall. It's time to test whether Schofield's plan will work. Abruzzi hands Sucre a large pipe. Gripping the pipe firmly with both hands, Sucre strikes it 4 to 5 times forcefully, and a big hole appears in the wall. As Schofield and Sarah are running and reach a doorway, Sarah asks what they should do, when she notices a sniper's laser sight aimed at Schofield's chest. As other prisoners are running toward them, Schofield pushes Sarah toward the doorway and throws himself to the ground just as the sniper fires, hitting the partner who was running behind them directly in the chest. All the prisoners, fearing they'll be shot by snipers too, run back inside. Arriving in Washington, D.C., Veronica and her team meet their contact in an underground parking garage. After introductions, the contact gives them the phone number information they wanted. When they trace the phone's location, they find it's a public payphone on the street. Discussing the possibilities, Nick runs to a nearby guard to investigate and discovers that a nearby building was previously rented and used as an office by Ecofield Company. Ecofield is a company owned by Terrence Stedman, the deceased vice president's brother. Just then, the public phone rings, and Veronica answers asking who it is. An unknown voice says, "You two are getting too close. Stop right now. Is Lincoln worth that much to you? If you continue investigating, there's only one path left for you, death," and hangs up. Burroughs comes to Schofield's cell area and finds T-Bag, thinking he's causing trouble and getting ready to attack him. T-Bag tells him he's mistaken. They're all on the same team now, so he should calm down. Just then, Sucre and Abruzzi emerge from the hole. Searching around the cell block, the two brothers meet again. When Lincoln asks where he's been wandering, he replies, "All over the place, bro. How are you doing?" Sarah safely exits to the outside. The warden tells Bellick, "I know what you're trying to break. If you go to the mayor again overstepping boundaries, there could be consequences for you." When father and daughter meet, Sarah cries sadly and hugs her father tightly. Her father says, "You know that working here, something like this could happen someday," giving her a gentle scolding. Even though we're over 30 and have been standing on our own feet for over 10 years, every time parents see us, they still see us as little birds that haven't grown their wings yet. Inside the prison, cleanup has begun. Schofield shouts for everyone to leave the cell. Since Lincoln and Abruzzi released the guard Bob, T-Bag is completely dissatisfied and, along with Burroughs and others, stabs Bob with a knife and pushes him off the upper level. When an official talks to Sarah, she asks why their organization made pie workers clean mold and garbage from dangerous pipes. The official says no, they never ordered such dangerous toxic work. Sarah becomes thoughtful about something. Leaning against the wall, Schofield is deep in thought about something. This is where episode 7 ends. How will they continue dealing with murderers like T-Bag and fools like Abruzzi? Let's wait and watch episode 8. Since we'll continue presenting this series one day at a time until the end, please like and subscribe to the Cinema Essentials channel. Thank you everyone for watching until the end.